close to
No,
Dilbert.
we were closest to
Born in a bar?
Just keep her there.
No,
Her.
who's her?
Jessica.
Oh.
Not let her out.
So you know, pronouns are used when you already established what the noun is to which you refer.
Right.
I forget that word.
Thank you.
No problem, that's
I
right.
forget the word.
All right, so what are we gonna do, guys? This is how we run our show. It's Michael Allen's last night here before he goes to South Korea.
God, just
Yes.
Oh, sad,
I
yes.
had a different opinion. I was sad.
Oh, so you're the one, okay.
Yeah. So we basically take one suggestion, we're gonna improvise, sort of like a play
Yeah,
of sorts, and hopefully it'll be funny. We haven't pre-written it because
we're not that good.
we're just gonna make it up. So
No, we have a sketch show that we do right, but this is
Yeah,
not the
this is
same
not
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, what do you want to take for a suggestion?
Well, I've always wanted to know what is something that people love to read about.
Oh yeah. What is something you guys like to read about?
Funerals.
Funerals?
Funerals.
Like obituaries?
Okay.
Yeah.
People are fascinated with that.
Context.
Is that like,
You know, I think you do that when you get older.
what?
You start reading obituaries when you get older.
Really?
Like everybody my mom's age
No.
reads obituaries just in case a friend died.
Yeah.
And in case, and then what?
And then if they died, you go to the funeral. Because you're like, oh
Well,
shit,
then
my
they're
friend.
obviously not that good a friend to begin with.
Well, that's what I thought, but
You know why people like to read obituaries?
no.
Because they like to find out like when real estate's going to go up.
Oh, yeah, it's
I'll tell you
never,
what.
not always.
I'll tell you what. I'm about to get rid of it. My brother called me. He's like, "Hey, Dad has." And my father passed away in 2007. He's like, "Dad had like 40 suits. What are you gonna do with them?" And if it were up to me, we would never throw them away. And they're all like suits from the 70s and 80s. And I was like, Do you guys wear 42?
I don't know what that means, but maybe.
What style is it?
Well, some of them are gonna be pretty 80s.
Okay, that's cool though.
But
It's
you
old,
know.
it's old.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually what the rest of the show is going to be. It's just going to be like exchanging goods.
I just have to know, it's like how 70s/80s are these outfits? Is it like Don Knotts from circa Three's Company, or is it...
It's like I'm an electrical engineer who works on Poydras Avenue where I have to wear a suit. So I think my brother said it's like 40 of them. Like, I never wear, you used to have to wear a suit to work, guys. It's a different generation back then, kids.
It's like I was wearing a suit to work until I decided not to work at that place anymore.
Which place was
That
that?
was the American Income Life Insurance.
I thought you were going to say Cracker Barrel.
It's like, no, I technically wore a suit.
Like a onesie suit.
Yeah, exactly. I got a brown apron and everything like that.
Michael must have been the smartest person to ever work at the Cracker Barrel.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm not going to contest it. I'm just going to go with that, yes.
What were the girls that you worked with at the Cracker Barrel like?
Let's see, a lot of them were early 20s, chose something to do as an alternative to going to college, and then realized how bad of an idea that is, but then suddenly only had the option of community college open to them afterwards. And so it's basically people trying to be happy about making the best out of their shitty life.
So they had names like Tara.
Let's see here now. There was a Daisy. I've never met a Daisy up to this point, unless you
What a
went.
stripper named Daisy.
Really? I knew a stripper named Lexus, but it was a female impersonator stripper.
Okay.
Let's see here now. And then there was we had a lot of Kathys, a lot of Ashleys. We had a couple of women from Cuba. One was Amadala. So that was a fun name. Other than that, I can't really remember many of their names. They meant nothing to me.
See, the interesting thing about that is like, so someone fled Cuba, fled like the communist dictatorship there, and ends up working at the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, you gotta wonder how bad is Cuba?
You all need to stop putting down the Cracker Barrel, okay? So after Katrina, I had an acting teacher named Andy.
Dick.
It wasn't Dick, but I can't remember his last name. It's a
Warhol.
shame, but it wasn't Warhol.
Garcia, Griffin.
No, it wasn't Andy Kaufman. Maybe it was. I don't know because the weirdest thing was I was taking classes with him, and for about 4 weeks. And then I was at work, surprisingly enough, at a restaurant and at the casino. And a friend of mine is looking at the paper. She reads the obituaries.
We have to freeze for 1 second. We were all just making fun of Cracker Barrel, but it also works at the casino.
Which is why I was getting up from Anyways, so my friend's reading the obituaries, and I'm like, that's so morbid. Like, why don't you want to read it? She's like, that's how I keep in touch. Like, that's how I find out who's gone, you know? Like people that I've known all my life, people that I grew up with in my neighborhood. Like, this is important. This is like the human condition is to find out when people die. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. This sounds awful. Well, I glanced over and read over her shoulder and realized that my acting teacher had died.
Oh, I know that guy. He's my third cousin. What is his name?
Was he your third cousin?
Yes.
And that's actually how I found. That's actually how I found
He's
Yvonne.
from, he killed himself.
Yeah.
He's from Bill Platt.
And that's how I found Yvonne.
How does a
How
third?
did you find me from his death?
Well, that's why I came to Louis.
Wait, what was his name?
I
Shit.
don't know. He's your relative.
But he's not a close relative. He's like
Man.
a third cousin.
But it was tragic. It was like really,
But he has
it
a
was
real
really weird.
cool-ass accent, right?
Yeah, he was.
I believe there's a question in the back.
How does a third cousin work?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is messy.
And pink. Well,
I'm gonna call time of death at 12:47.
what's that noise? Oh,
That's probably a Jack in the Box. They're everywhere these days.
oh God. Death at a clown academy. Is there
Yeah.
anything more morbid, really, than mass
so-
suicide at a clown academy?
I don't know. It's funny yet horrifying.
Oh, I'd say horrifying yet funny, but well, I mean, down to work, I guess. I don't.
Have you ever thought about a career change?
Well, I mean, I did at first, but then, I realized that it would take a lot of community college. And I mean, like, I'm really good at handling these fuckers like this.
Sometimes I feel like anything is better than this, like daycare or some shit, you know?
Really?
That's what I think.
Oh, come on.
Oh, careful. What if the guy was obviously murdered?
Really?
That guy, the rest of them committed suicide. That guy was obviously murdered.
What you saying, like that? Because I've heard of murder-suicides, but this is being some sort of. They all murdered this guy, and then they suicided as a result.
You know what, honey?
Yeah.
I think we need to go on a vacation.
Oh, it's about time. It's
My-
been 5 years, for God's sake.
Well, I got a little invitation in the mail. Cousin Ira's dead. And where did Cousin Ira live? Hawaii!
Oh my God, that means her. Oh my God, did they leave something to us?
I don't know. I just know right now they are dead, so we have an excuse to go to Hawaii.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Whether or not there's a will in question, though, is up for debate.
I think Hawaii's gonna really help our marriage out.
Oh, I hope
This
so.
close. I was this close to meeting him. Something about a man that just refuses to take his wife on vacation for 5 years. I mean, really? I never even got a honeymoon. Asshole.
Well, you know, honey, we've come a long way at least. Remember those nights I'd stand at the edge of the bed holding that gun, staring at you as you slept, thinking to myself, today's going to be the day. I'm going to end it right now. I swear to Christ, my life is finally going to get back together because this harlot, this whore, this trashy piece of shit that is eating my life is going to drive me insane unless I end hers. But we've moved on beyond that.
Yes, we have.
And you're in a better place for it.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I hope that at some point when we do get to Hawaii, you can manage to find your libido again, because God knows. I mean, what is it's a marriage without a,
Oh, how that is so funny, Meredith. Absolutely funny. Because after all,
It's funny, all right.
where were you exactly all those times when I would come home at night and say, hey, Meredith, how you doing? And I'd rub you on the back so sensually, and then you'd shrug me off and say, not tonight. And now all of a sudden, once I get acclimated to this set, you have to go and try to circumvent everything. Turn it around. Make it linear, goddammit. Move towards something. Stop making it go around and around and around and around. It doesn't make sense, Meredith. Is what I would have said.
So this is the site of the new development. Everything will be controlled by thought. You know, since we closed the country for a long time due to the embargo, there has not been much development. But now the companies are coming back in, and they're like, oh my God, you have like really nice beaches, right?
We do have nice beaches.
So
That's
like,
the promotion for bringing people to Cuba.
right.
We have the hottest beaches around.
They're like more hot than like South Beach.
They're hotter.
Look, Barry, so, you know, I know you're trying to get these Americans that our relations have opened up to come visit Cuba. There's a way that, you see, the way that you say beaches, most Americans might misunderstand that, right?
What are you talking about? Are you making fun?
The problem is that the Americans with the new mind control of the result could be crushed. You have to be careful with the power, because all you do is you point your hand at them, they are crushed.
What are you trying to say? That I have too much power? A man can never have too much power, especially in this island.
Raphael, you do have too much power.
There's never enough
You are
power.
hungry with power.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We have the hottest beaches in town, all right?
I am not arguing with you.
No, I want to open the embargo, okay? I want people to come here
I
and enjoy
know.
our hot beaches.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah, yes.
We'll make a lot of money off
We
of
could
that.
have rumble
People
class,
are dying out in the streets.
salsa class.
Yes.
Tango class.
I see the campaign written in the sky. Hot beaches in Cuba.
Yes.
Come.
And we will fly over the Florida Keys with our mind control plane.
You're doing it to me now, aren't you?
You know, I suddenly really want to go to Cuba.
Well, if we were to leave Pensacola, and then if we got in our Piro, we'd down the Gulf. No, it's crazy. The explorer spirit's lost in me, Jeremy. I'm not the man I was before. Sure, earlier I would have done it. I would have been all swashbuckling adventures, jump in the Piro, see where it takes us, we end up in Somalia, fuck up some pirates. But now I've gotten old, Jeremy. There's no fight left in this man.
Well, you know, Uncle, it's really not that complicated. I mean, yeah, direct travel is still relatively restricted, but we can just, you know, pop on over to Venezuela and from there,
How about we
Costa
go?
Rica, basically any country has an open.
Can we just go to Destin? I mean, it's driving distance. It's like, what, half an hour?
I feel like you're not getting this. I mean,
I guess I'm not. You're gonna have to elaborate because
anything within the United States is still subject to the same restrictions. But if we were just say, go to, I don't know, Nicaragua, we could easily bounce around and go to the southern beaches of Cuba, and it'll be wonderful.
now what continent's Nicaragua on? Is that one of those Asian places?
Well,
So, Trisha, you think you're gonna hook up with the dishwasher?
Bobby?
Yeah? I mean, he's
Please.
eyeballing you. He is eyeballing you.
Oh, well, that is all he's gotta get because he can watch, but he can't touch.
You know what? A lot of times you don't do your side work.
I never do my side work.
No, I know. I always have to do it. I gotta do your roll-ups. What does this look like? Do I look like a roller upper?
You just do such a good job rolling.
Yo, Trisha and Rebecca, they totally want my balls.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were so.
They give them a little tug every time I walk by.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could totally have them both right now.
What you doing, man?
How's your baby?
I left it on the table when I started the shift.
Trisha, you can't do that with your baby.
I know it has to be around here. I mean, they just walk out on their own. At least until like what? 1.5?
Yeah, they usually still walking around like one.
Well, she was 9 months. So she's not gonna walk out anywhere. And it's not like she can carry her own basket out. So she's got this. Which bathroom would an infant use? Maybe it's in one of those.
Did you marry the Ketchups at least?
Yo, I think you should do it. I think you should.
You want me to go?
Yeah, I think they totally.
Well, I don't know.
You should do it.
I don't know.
Do
They
it.
never.
Do it and tell me about it.
Hey,
Ah, you scared me.
Oh.
Oh God. I can tell you.
Smelly Steve.
God damn it, Steve.
Hi.
Did you ride your bike again to work?
I'm sorry. Do I smell bad? No,
You just smell like body odor. It's not as bad as
Oh. You're into that?
Not really.
I'm not French.
Oh, I hate the French.
Oh, everyone does.
We should go to France one day and just hate people.
I can hate France perfectly good from my couch in between episodes of Jersey Shore.
GTL. That's Jim Tan laundry, Steve. Did you know that?
No.
It's true. Oh
So.
my God, this situation is super hard.
I guess. I mean, it might be subjective. Personally, I might find it to be moderately hot instead of super hot.
Yeah.
But regardless, hot.
Hey, yo, bitches! Hot plates on the line.
You go out with me? You want to say what?
What?
Yeah, you're gonna go out with me.
I didn't understand what you said.
You said you'd go out with me. She said she'd go out with me.
I didn't say
That is a verbal contract.
It's true, it is a verbal
All
contract.
right, whatever.
I'm just saying, you don't want to go
Could you
in
get the broccoli,
whatever.
please?
Broccoli.
I don't want to go out
Here.
with Stinky Steve.
Well, nobody wants to.
No, that's a hot plate. That's not broccoli.
It hurt a lot.
Listen, did you get
Did you wait? You just handed me broccoli and it was a hot plate?
Hey, yo.
Wait, what? I was needing
Yo,
broccoli.
Rebecca.
What is
Holla
it?
sometime.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go out with Rebecca.
Why? He just said hi, Rebecca.
Yeah, but he made, the subtext was on Lady Trisha's.
I did not interpret it as such.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I would say it was to the contrary. I would
Hey,
say,
yo, Trish. Hey, yo, Trish.
yeah!
Yeah. When you gonna come over here and lay those sweet buns on my...
I'm not the type of girl that's just gonna be coming over to any guy's
Oh,
place.
yeah,
for
that's
happenings.
not what I heard, Trisha.
Oh, yeah, what you hear? What did you hear?
Yeah, Andy told me you lay it all over town.
Yeah, well, Andy's a premature ejaculator.
Oh.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! This is bad!
Again? It happened again!
Oh my God, trapeze artists.
Oh, just blood from the ceiling!
I can't do this anymore. I really
No, come on, we trained for this. We
I can't do this.
can do this. I
It's
mean,
bad enough when it's like triple homicides, but when it's a freak show.
this is, I mean, most of the freak show is fine. It's just the trapeze tent and the clowns, and I guess the elephants looked a little
God, that
sick.
music is hauntingly overwhelming.
Well, it's not gonna stop. The guy that operates the organs, the monkeys.
There's gotta be a switch.
Oh, wait here. Let me lift this body
I
up.
got it.
Here.
I don't want it, Dawn. This is it. This is the day that I can't take it anymore. Okay?
Well, this is the day. The day that you walk in, there's a pile full of bodies all
on the
over.
ceiling.
Well, you don't think that?
on the ceiling, just because.
Well, where did you go? Way to abandon your best friend in his time of need.
All right, fine. This will be the last job, okay, Dawn? This is it. I can't do it anymore. I watched stupid SVU and CSI and all that bullshit, and it's stupid. This is a shitty job. You deal with stinky dead people all the time.
Here, grab a pike.
Oh!
See? Now what would I do? What would I do if you were not here with me to help out?
I got,
What would I do if you were not here to help me out with this, right? I'd have to do.
Oh, I'm stuck up there with the wall.
Oh my God!
okay? Are you okay?
Oh my God! Are you?
Goddamn trapeze artist just fucking exploded! And then he gets stuck up on the top of the big top. Is that what they call it, the big top?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, but beyond that,
Did you see who did any of this? I mean,
you're not gonna believe me, but spontaneous trapeze artist combustion.
What?
I didn't believe it until people just started blowing up.
Wait a
And
second, that's not possible.
it happened. Matter of fact, there are bits and pieces of people around here that will support my arguments.
now hold on. Were you around a clown university earlier in the day?
No, what would a man be doing at a clown university earlier in the day?
No.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Killing clowns?
Or taking class.
You're murdering one clown and then inciting a mass suicide?
Which would be a reasonable way to do it, to
Right,
be
I
honest.
mean, if you had that kind of personality.
Sir, I'm sorry. I realize you've been through a traumatic thing, but I'm gonna have to put you under arrest.
Whoa, what's the evidence against me?
Well, I
Step
mean,
aside.
What, people blow up and suddenly it's the only person that's still alive amidst all the bodies that's at fault?
I mean, he's right, he's got a valid point, but you just.
how is that a valid point?
No.
I mean, what, do you think I just stick myself to the roof of a big top strewn apart with parts of fucking trapeze artist because that's my hobby?
That's okay for Angela. Look, it's okay when you're like, oh, okay, this is the last day, but this is some real shit right here. You can't just half-ass it on the job anymore. Sir, you are under
I'm an
arrest.
investigator, I don't typically arrest people, dog. You wanna arrest him, do it. I'm letting him
Well,
go.
we're gonna let him go.
Let him go. Maybe he needs to go retire or something. He's-
All right. Well, you know, sir, my partner here has convinced me that just this once, I'm gonna let you go.
Just this once, I'm gonna let you go. Just this once.
All right, fine. But I guarantee you, Agent Balabar, you releasing me back to the general populace would only lead to global terror. Just throwing that out there.
What should I do in this situation?
Well, I don't know. If it were up to me, I'd say go with what you were doing.
No, I was talking to the president. I'm sorry.
Oh.
President, what should I do in this situation? I mean, he's the greatest supervillain of all.
Well, what you should do is trust your heart. You know the way, boy. You always have.
I've got to tell you something. I've got to tell you something that you might not be able to handle. But I have to tell you this because sometimes you just have to let things go and fly. And if they're meant to be yours, then one day maybe they'll come back.
Son, that's a great quote.
I think it was
I remember when I
Mariah
told you that.
Okay.
It's one of those quotes that fathers tell their sons. I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you, boy.
So, how should I be interpreting this?
I don't know. I think you should just go out there, and I know that you might cause some great epidemic.
There's no might. I will.
Okay, but
Son, remember when we were on Air Force One?
Yes,
And I said supervillains are like pariahs.
they're like pariahs.
You have to end them, son.
They're like
You
pariahs.
just have to.
They're like pariahs.
Like Saddam Hussein.
I wish I had a voice in my head.
Well, don't you have a higher person that you responsible to? Certainly, you must have a conscience.
Hey, Dr. Evil!
Oh, there it is.
Don't forget the plutonium's in the trunk of your car. You better get out of here real quick or else it's gonna melt right through the trunk.
Son, I'm contacting you from the other side. I've got it all.
You're dead?
Yeah, I died.
Fuck! Well, now I have nothing to live for!
Well, no, don't say that.
Shit!
You're spry.
You know what?
Listen to me, I'm trying to tell you something from the
Wait. Who exactly would put plutonium in the back of a car and not put it in any sort of housing? That's just retarded!
Listen, I've got it on pretty high authority that your supervillain has just raw plutonium in the back of his car. It's a 72 Pinto, and you gotta do something fast, son.
Well, it was a bad idea, but it didn't seem like a bad idea at the time.
See, this is what I get for having henchmen that are appointed by the state.
Dr. Evil, I've made a decision.
Oh, please.
I'm not gonna let you go.
Oh, you dick.
Good news, son.
Thanks, Dad. No! I think you and I should ride out this apocalypse.
Oh, that's a shitty move, son. Why would I bother about going to the supervillain?
I don't know what you're hearing, but I'd like to say that's a shitty idea. Absolutely shitty.
Dr. Evil, sometimes words can't express what a man feels inside.
Sing to him, son. It's always the best way to express a real strong emotion.
Hey,
Oh, God.
what you got cooking?
Send me to Guantanamo.
What you got cooking in that Pinto?
Please stop.
Doctor,
Oh, boy.
doctor,
That's me.
would you look at my heart? I think it might be broken.
I have a PhD, not an MD. It's disgusting. It's gonna have those wrinkly old man balls. It's gonna have hair in those places.
So Trisha, you know, I got something to confess to you. I know you think that, you know, I'm thuggish and all, that I have low-hanging balls, but actually I've only got one testicle.
Well, it's only half as gross as what I was expecting.
Wait, you only has one ball?
One ball.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
When you saw it in the ball, he told you I don't
It's
have a
not
ball.
it's not like he was showing it to me, but he was wearing khaki shorts. And when he got up to go to the bathroom, he pushed the seat out, and there was that little gap in between the legs,
Little ball.
and there it was. It was like a sad old man. It was like,
Trisha, now, you know, I suppose time has come for me to tell you about the birds and the bees. Now, you're pretty old, but I trust my little girl has not been seeing any men. Or
only boys, Daddy.
Wait a second, you're 24 years old, you got a kid, and your dad's trying to have to talk with you?
Yeah.
So seriously, Trisha, they can still swim. I mean, I know you like kids.
Oh, God! Testicle, Trisha?
Yeah, Dad. It was gross. You know, it's kind of like, do you ever see the Odyssey and you have that big cyclops that's going around and it's like, you know, oh, it's like nobody harmed me, Odysseus. It was
It's only half as bad as I
Alright,
thought.
so let's get back to Avon. Here's the thing. Avon is good for your skin. They do test on animals though. But so what?
Yeah, animals are loud and they shit everywhere.
Exactly. You know what I love about you, Trisha?
My candor.
Your candor. Your candor is candor.
It's animals this time. All the penguins.
I took my shoes off, I'm just gonna squish around them. Why not?
You're really taking this one a lot better than the
Well,
others.
I'm just kind of like, you go through phases of grief, you know what I mean? This is like,
Which one is the barefoot phase?
Resignation.
Oh.
I was
All right.
like, I'll stick out the rest of this horrifying day with Doug, but fuck it, I'm not wearing shoes. You know? You owe me that, Doug. You owe me a barefoot afternoon of death.
Well, it's being fulfilled.
Your pants are real squishy in between my feet.
I can see that. You know what? I've got to say.
That's the
Yeah,
monkeys.
it's the monkeys. They're judging us.
Don't they always?
It's basically all they do. You know what? Can you believe they walk around like that? Barefoot? That's gross.
I know, and it's so lower primates. I'm judging them and they can't even tell.
Is this seriously what we're supposed to evolve into?
God, I hope not.
So what do you want to do, Doug? Because after
What?
today, I'm out. It's like training
You know
day.
what? I'm sorry. I was
This is like training day, except I'm not turning on you.
And so indecisive, you know?
I know.
You just choose something for God's sake.
They're
you know?
so long. They're so loud. Only I can understand their monkey.
Look how little hair they have. How do they groom each other for dinner?
It's really distracting.
Yeah, let's throw a dead penguin at them.
Sugar and glass.
I didn't see that coming.
What if we just watch them?
Have you done enough research on it to make that type of jump in faith?
I have. I read Siddhartha, and I read The Razor's Edge, and I just think Hinduism is really the way to go.
Okay,
Well,
anyway,
you know, I'm a
Hey, Mary.
Really?
Everybody's
Mary.
this is my last day, Doug.
I understand that, but remember that guy we let go earlier?
It kind of looked like Rose.
Yeah, take a look at that monkey right there.
Oh, they're finally getting it. Humans evolved into monkeys.
Exactly. Suddenly, I'm just gonna turn this way.
I'm thinking there's a
That guy
connection.
murdered the clowns, the blown up trapeze artist, and all the
Pay no attention
What
to
do
the
those three have in common, Mary?
DNA.
Look at them working faster.
Oh my God! You're right!
Right, Doug. All three species have the same strand of DNA.
This one!
I am Harry the Sacred Grove. You have come far. Please.
Thank God, you don't know what the Germans did.
I wouldn't know. I'm a tree. I'm stationary. The man on my branch is tired.
Yes. But I was told that you were the giving tree.
Well, I'm more of a bequeathing tree. I mean, yeah, you're getting stuff from me, but it's more of a... It's kind of like learning a lesson, or it's that whole intangible feeling of realization, actualization. You come to me seeking wisdom, and I bequeath unto you some sort of rhetoric which could be interpreted later on after a series of events.
Well, you're awfully worried.
No.
I really just wanted to take comfort under your branches.
Well, you know what they say about our bark. I do a lot of barking.
I traveled across the country to come see you.
Oh,
I've got skin cancer now.
well, I'm sorry to hear that. If you had sat under me sooner, I could have shielded you from the sun.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Mrs. Tree, do you ever queef on people? You mentioned you bequeath, but do you ever queef, actually?
I'm a dude tree. We don't queef. I mean, I have a knot hole, but pretty much sap comes out of that.
Giving tree, who are you speaking to?
That would be Larry, the invading and socially awkward shrub of a head.
Asked him by, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I mean, it's not that he's a bad guy, but it's sort of like he has Asperger's or some sort of high-functioning autism. He just doesn't mesh well socially with the rest of the world.
You know, I had Asperger's once.
How did you cure it?
Cure it?
Well, you said you had it once, so I'd imagine that you have since lost it.
No, I had
Oh, so you had
a wife. I had a wife named Asperger's.
Oh! Well, I'm glad you so didn't go down that route of separating the two syllables into ass and burgers.
No.
I commend you on that. I pat you on the back.
I wouldn't make that mistake.
Thank you.
Giving tree, I want you to know that this has been a long journey for me.
I can imagine so, although I don't really know how long, because as far as I know, the world is this forest.
33 years, 3 days, 2 minutes.
But what is
1
time?
second.
What is time to a tree? I live many hundreds of years, whereas you will probably make it to 80.
Giving tree, I want to know how I can live on. How can I live longer than just this life?
We see one apple fall from the giving tree into the ground.
Eat my apple.
Eat your apple.
Yes, eat my apple.
It's so shiny.
It should be. It's filled with nutrients. Nutrients glimmering with sun.
Care for apples. My mother used to feed me applesauce every day.
Look, you asked how you live longer. I tell you to eat the apple, and now you're telling me you don't like apples. What the fuck is it?
23 years she made me eat applesauce.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. Hold on, I think you might be able to squeeze out an orange then.
Oh,
So, how are we doing on time, Michael?
It is 10:55.
Okay. So, my father died, and people found out about his funeral in the newspaper and came to his funeral, which I was really touched by, but I still thought it was weird because I felt like, why are they they're perusing the obituaries? It happens to be old friends who can't get in touch with anymore because I don't have their numbers, and I'm busy planning a funeral, right? So I was pretty touched by it, but I think like planning funerals just kind of sucks because somebody died, and you know them. And it's like, do I talk? Do I not? Do I not talk? But then what's even worse about that is I recently went to my aunt's funeral, and she was old. She was like 88, which is a fine age to die. And, I think it's fine. She lived a life. She lived a long life, had a bunch of children and stuff. But my little cousins, third cousins, I have a lot of cousins, who are kind of
What makes them third?
Okay, so anyway, I'm going to leave that to the audience. Google it. So I have like these two kind of overweight cousins who are like 13 and 15, and you know they're going to sleep around. You just know it. So they're like, we're going to sing a song. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. My other cousin's husband.
How do they remember the words?
My other cousin's husband was like, you're awesome. They're like the Dixie Chicks.
It's true. You're right. I know we have this beautiful house here in Hawaii, and I know that you finally managed to get Viagra. And,
And you've obviously made yourself into a man for my preference.
yes. That was hard. That was really, really hard. I mean, that was not an easy thing to go through.
I'm avoiding the obvious pun there.
I know. But I have to tell you that I'm not gay. I was a woman, and I was your wife, and now you've turned me into a man, and I'm supposed to be your husband, but I'm not gay.
Whoa.
I know.
Okay, I saw something like this on Maury. I thought it was bullshit. Wow. I don't have anything to say about
I
this.
thought I could, keep up this ruse, but
Sheila, Frank, our relationship has been pretty bouncy up and down.
rocky,
Yeah,
tumultuous,
and I realize that you've given a lot.
wavy.
You've given a lot to me
I
for
have.
this relationship, and it's about time I gave something to you.
You should.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this knife, and I'm going to become a woman.
What?
Or you.
You won't.
I will.
Really?
Yes.
I knew there was a reason why I married you.
You're gonna have to watch Mike on the pickle juice.